I need more! I have to have more! She focused her energy completely on trying to defeat me. She even allowed her legs to awaken, and in a matter of minutes was able to learn to control them. She's amazing.
So I have a confession to make. Claymore is one of my top 5 manga. I have read the arcs from The Return of the Seven up to Miria's assault on Claymore base multiple times, and this is despite me being majorly disappointed that in the end there was no, say, Attack on the Dragons. With regards to the anime, I'm not as keen as for the manga, but I'm still grateful to the anime because it was my gateway into the Claymore world. The problem with the anime is similar to what I talked about in my Dance to the Vampire Bun video, namely that the non-adherence to the manga's plot is super annoying and also baffling. Although in the case of Claymore, this was mostly done at a god-awful anime ending and the rest of the show can be watched as is and then one can jump into the manga. Which leads me to my second confession. I've never read Claymore from the beginning. I've always started after the Carnage in the North arc. I guess a good way to describe Claymore is as berserk for optimists. As dark and haunting as Claymore can be, it never goes too far, and it explores more the idea that power or fear or a combination thereof makes people evil, or at least do bad things, and that people are not necessarily inherently evil. That's why it's not as dark as Berserk. Claymore starts with Raki, your standard anime waif, whose village is being attacked by man-eating monsters called Yoma. Yoma may have monstrous forms, but they can camouflage themselves as humans, and so are nearly impossible to be identified by anyone normal. They also possess superhuman strength, super speed, and enhanced senses. Basically, you can't defeat them if you're an average Raki. Enter the Claymores, the name given by ordinary humans to an organization of Claymore-wielding female warriors whose sole job it is to hunt down and kill all Yoma. The Claymores have been experimented on and transformed into half Yoma, half humans, and are so basically superhumans but without the taste for human flesh. While on a routine mission to kill some Yoma in Raki's village, Clare, our heroine, for various reasons ends up feeling sorry for the boy and decides to carry him along on her journey. Along the way, some Yoma are killed, batshit people go even more batshit, somebody loses their last arm, and our intractable heroine makes some actual fucking friends. Pun intended. It's time to talk about Clare. Clare is like third on my list of favorite Claymores, but she's the main character, so... I said it before as a joke, but Clare really is a stubborn person. I've said it of so many of my forgotten anime girls, but she's another one who just never fucking gives up. Losing a fight in this series means almost certain death, but it's not just fear of dying that fuels Clare, but rather fear of dying before she's achieved her life's ultimate aim, revenge. Clare doesn't start out as the strongest character in the series, and she's not instantly overpowered either. Rather, she has the most potential, and she's the most driven of all the characters. Outside of her determination, Clare is a very stoic person and hardly ever reveals her emotions. Yet, at the same time, she never truly feels like a cold and cruel person. I think she's best described as a modern kudere or a classic tsundere in the sense that she warms up to everyone gradually and eventually. In terms of fighting prowess, if I were talking about the manga, I would divide Clare's ability into before and after the 7-year time skip. But I'm talking about the anime, so she's best described pre-undead arm and post-undead arm. Pre-undead arm, Clare can definitely kick ass, but we never really see her true skills because her foes are mostly small change. We get a glimpse of what she can really do, but it's really post-undead arm that Clare's potential energy becomes kinetic energy, and we see the formidable warrior lurking just below the surface. No discussion about Clare is complete without talking about her relationships. Briefly, she loves Teresa, loathes Priscilla, respects Maria, is chill with Denev, and is in the frenemy zone with Helen. And on the topic of Raki, their romance initially comes off a little creepy because he just seems so much younger than she is, and this was like before Ara was a thing. But it definitely becomes more acceptable after the 7-year time skip and Raki's transformation from the little pussy who follows you to definitely not. Really, I just want this series to get the Brotherhood treatment and actually be adapted as Nagi wrote it. But until then, let's raise our swords and our hearts to the hot and cold badass that is Clare and slice apart any reality where she has been forgotten.